Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to do a review of the Hobonichi notebooks. Now of course these are just bought, so they are not a review after they have been well used. I will come back to that after about a year. These are largely first impressions and of course some details about the notebooks in case you are interested in buying them, so that you can know what types of notebooks are available from them. So let us begin with the first category. So these are the Hobonichi plain notebooks, which are available in two sizes, the A5 and the A6. They are very similar to each other except for the number of pages, of course, but otherwise the features remain the same. So I will just mention the number of pages and then go into other details of the notebooks. Okay, so the A5 has 288 pages and each 72 pages has a different color. So the first set of 72 pages are in red, I believe, if you can see the graph paper. Then you will move on to blue, and then to green, not sure whether that is very clear, and finally you have purple. The same pattern is there in this notebook as well. You have 240 pages in this notebook, and every 60 pages it changes color. So the rough idea is that you can use it as a sort of a subject notebook if that is something you're interested in. I cannot see that happening for me because I prefer to use longer notebooks for study purposes, but if that is your choice, then you could do that. Now, as of otherwise, both the notebooks have the same features except for the size difference and of course the number of pages. If you do not know, you can just compare the size in this way. If you already know what is an A5, an A6 would be about half of it. So in case you're wondering what is the size of the A6, this is very small. You have to keep that in mind in case you are buying this. Now coming to general features of the notebook, which are common in both. The outer cover that you have is just cardstock, and this is the only cover option available, so it is not that you get to buy other covers or other colors for this notebook. This is the only cover option available. Once you open it, you have this sort of cream colored space on both sides, as you can see at the front and the back, and then it just starts with the graph paper as usual, like I mentioned, in 4 different colors, every 72 pages on this one. So that is about it for the notebook. It remains flat, as you can see, which is a very good feature, and the paper used is Tomoe river paper, just as the paper used in the Hobonichi Techos, that is all their other planners like the cousin, the original, their English planner, day free. It is the exact same paper. So this book, what it can do for you is it can help you test out the paper. If you are interested in trying out this paper and you do not want to buy the planners, which are quite expensive, this one is a cheaper alternative. Or if you just need a notebook with Tomoe river paper, this is also something that you could use. Now, personally, I would not use this as a bullet journal because I need daily spreads, and this book is only 288 pages, which will never be enough for me. But of course, if you are using weekly spreads on a bullet journal format, this should work fine for you. So that is the Hobonichi notebook. Now, as far as the grid size is concerned, I think it is 3.7 mm. I'm not sure. I will have to check into that later. But I'm pretty sure it is the same size as that of the Hobonichi original, the smaller version, the A6 version that you have. So you can use these notebooks any way you want. The idea is that they are sort of companion notebooks for the cousin, this one, the A5 size for the cousin, which is the A5 size planner, and this one for the original, which is their A6 sized Techo or planner that they have. So yes, you can use this in the Hobonichi covers along with the planner that you already use. For example, you can use it along with the Hobonichi cousin. You can just add it in the back cover, into the back flap, which I will show you later on. For now, let us move on to the next category of notebooks. So this is their memo pad set, again, which is available in two sizes, A5 and A6, and the A5 is available in a set of 2 while the A6 is available in a set of 3. Now let me point out something over here. This, even though it is called the A5, it is actually smaller than an A5. As you can see over here, you can see that it is smaller than an A5 because they want it to be smaller than the planner that you use it along with, and therefore it can fit in more easily into your covers or into your notebook. So if you see over here, it is definitely smaller than an actual A6 size. Now the differences between the two are what I will come into. Before that, I will just show you how I've already used one in my Hobonichi cover. So this is my cousin. It is quite bulky already, and I have the other A5 in here in the back cover. I've just inserted in here, and as you can see, this is how it works. So it stays quite safe tucked in. You won't even realize that it is there over here. As you can see, you don't even know that it is in there. But coming back to the notebooks as such, the features are the same. You have a very thin notebook. As you can see, it is so lightweight, you don't even know that you are carrying it around. This is not a notebook, they call it a memo pad set. After all, they call it a memo pad set. Like I said, the A5 is available in 2 covers, this and the other one that I showed in my Hobonichi cover. The same 3.7 mm plain graph paper is available. And what you can also find out about this is that each book is of 48 pages. That is, there are 24 sheets of paper in one book. So each book is of 48 pages. Now, what is interesting is that this one is not perforated. For some reason, I imagined that this was having perforated pages, but it is not. So you cannot actually just tear it off like that. Even though it is not difficult to tear it off, you can still tear it off, but I just mentioned that. On the other hand, the A6 has perforated pages. If you can see over here, you can see the arrows there. So if you pull at it, see, it is quite easy to tear it off neatly. So yes, this is different from that in the sense that this one is perforated while this one is not. So the idea is that you can use these pages onto your planner if needed, and these are therefore smaller in size so that they fit neatly onto your planner. You can also cut the A5 on your own and still use it, but I would have preferred that they were perforated like the A6 was. So these are the memo pad sets. I will try to put up all the prices on the screen, at least the rough prices, because the prices change depending on where you buy it from. But yes, so these are the memo pad sets. Now let us move on to the next category. So this is the last notebook that I have to show to you. In fact, I would call it a notepad. It is called the Hobonichi Papers. You get it in different covers depending on which notebook you buy. There are different releases every year. This is from the 2020 release, and this is the plain cardstock cover again that you get. This is sort of a notepad basically because it is glued in, and the idea is the same. Again, you can just see, just tear it off like this and use it in the form of a notepad. Now this book has 155 pages, and basically you can use it as a notepad. Depending on which notebook you buy, you will always have some illustration at the bottom of the page. Sometimes it is at the corner or it could be at the bottom center. But depending on the cover or the notebook that you buy, you get some small sort of illustration which is cute at the bottom of the page. So this one is different from the previous notebooks I have shown in the sense that this one is not Tomoe River paper. This is a different paper. All the previous books that I had shown had the Tomoe River paper, which is the best for fountain ink, as you know. Surprisingly or unsurprisingly, I do not use fountain pens. I prefer gel pens or markers, but I still use these notebooks despite the fact that some of them take a longer time to dry. This one works perfect for all of these pens. Again, I do not have a huge issue with ghosting, so I do not mind that you can see a little on the other page. It does not bother me much. But if you have any other questions regarding these notebooks, you can still put it down in the comment section below, and I will come back to you on that and answer that. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and see you during the next video.